talk to you about my personal situation, and this is where I will be vulnerable here in regards to you. For me, raising children, what are signs that a parent should fix sooner rather than later?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Good question. Here are a couple of things that we want to go for. We want our children to make sure our children know they are loved. Whether that's demonstrative love, affirmative love, we want to make sure they know that they're loved. We want to make sure that they know that they're safe, that they're protected in the home, out the home, in the street. Your kids got to know if they call you and you're in trouble, they're in trouble, that you may beat their butt later, but you're going to show up, with the wielding the machete now. They want to know that they're safe. They want to know that they're competent. And that's where so many parents fall down. We do it for our kids as opposed to giving them the room and the space to do it and learn how to do it and fail and fall down and get up again. They want to know that they're competent, otherwise they'll become codependent. And we want them to know that they're resilient, that they can have loss and recover, that they can fall down and get up. So we've got to get, and resilient, and that they have choice. So that they're loved, that they're safe, that they're competent and they have choice, they can do things, and that they're resilient, that they've got, some juice to come back. And I think where most parents fall down, or they think the kids know they're loved, even though the parent never says it. Because as a parent, we think, I'm feeding you, ain't I?
Right.
I'm clothing you, ain't I?
Right.
You got toothpaste and toilet paper.
Right.
That's love.
The responsibility.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got them Christmas gifts, don't you?
Yeah, right. We think, but we never just say, I just love you. I love you. Good, bad, right, wrong. Sometimes I don't like you, but I love you. We don't say that. I didn't say it as a parent. I didn't say it. And my children needed it. And also, I didn't trust that my kids were competent. I was so afraid they were gonna fail until I did it for them, as opposed to giving them the opportunity to going out and do it themselves so that they develop self-confidence, self-esteem, self-value, self-worth. I was so afraid that they were gonna fail. And I was so busy trying to give them what I didn't have, which was support, which was direction, which was guidance. So I think that as parents, those things, let them know they're loved, let them know they're safe, let them know they're confident, let them know they have a choice, and let them know that they're resilient.
Beautifully said. I think a lot of parents go through a phase of this law, if it's a real law or not. I want to make my child's life easier than my life.
Why? Look how you turned out. You're great.
Yeah. But there are certain things that I'm not proud of, but that's still a part of my journey, though.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I was deprived a lot in life. I didn't want my kids to experience deprivation, but I wanted them to know how to earn. I did good there. All my kids knew how to earn. They knew how to work. They knew how to earn, because I worked really hard. But as parents, we think that what we went through was so horrible, we want to save our children from it. But look at who we are as a result of what we went through. Is there a way that we could wear it differently? Is there a way that we could learn from it quicker instead of trying to save our children? You're not gonna let your kids be hungry if you got money to buy food. My people didn't have money. It wasn't like they wanted, let me starve her to death today.
Yeah. Let's see how that work out.
Let me just destroy her self-worth. No, they did the best they could.
Right. Now, this is a word that is playing back now where it's also another line where you want to allow your kids to show that they are competent. But at the same time, where do we draw the line in allowing them to dictate their steps? You see what I'm saying? Like, okay, competent is like proving that you are capable of doing something.
Right.
Okay, mommy, I want McDonald's. Okay, mommy, I want to transfer schools because blah, blah, blah. Or mommy, it's just certain situation. Like, where's that line where?
Well, it all depends on the kid's age.
Okay.
And what they're going for.
So that's where I'm getting to. It's like, at what time stamp, time code, or just age, where, because my thing is this, my children will always be my children.
Right.
And competent or not competent, I know at the age that I'm at and the age that you at, you're not even capable of making this decision. It don't matter if you're in your right mind or even your wrong mind. You ain't lived enough.
Well, yeah, but we don't have to do anything. What I've discovered is it all depends on, first of all, what kind of foundation they're standing on. If they haven't been allowed to make any choices, any decisions, you take, for example, we tell them where to go to school. We tell them what to wear. We tell them what to eat. We tell them where to go, when they can't go, what time to get up, what time to go to bed. Then we send them off to college and say, what you want to be? How the hell do I know? I've never made a choice. I've never had an independent thought. I don't even know how to match my clothes up. Okay?
Snapper fact.
You understand?
Some would say I don't either. Yeah.
So I think that it all depends on what kind of foundation they stand on. To your point, my son wanted to play football. That was his dream. He played in the neighborhood league. And he wanted to play football. To play football, he had to go to a certain high school. And my brother shattered his knee playing football and spent the rest of his life in misery, drugging and drinking because his dream had been shattered. So I would not allow my son to go to a high school where he could play football.
Wow.
Because I use my filter to dictate his future. Wrong. So, and because I didn't think, because of my filter of what happened to my brother,
Right.
I just assumed that my son was incompetent.
Yeah. But that's also, this is a common word, especially in healing and mental health, is trauma. Right?
We all got trauma.
We do. Within reason to understanding that even though I went through this, it could potentially still happen. You still must allow that bird to fly.
You have to. You know what, as a woman, you know what my greatest trauma was? The day my breast fell down and wouldn't get up. They just laid down. I said, get up. That's traumatic.
That's traumatic.
Get up from there.
Yeah.
You know, basically, we all have trauma around all kinds of stuff. Let's not make that a buzzword that we now lean into.
Oh, it's definitely buzzing.
Yeah, because just like 5 years ago, it was self-worth and self-value and self-esteem.
It's a different word every year.
It's an excuse that we all have trauma. We are born with trauma because we have the cellular memory of slaves floating around in our DNA. You know, that's traumatic enough. Right. You know what the biggest trauma is? When you pass through from the womb and somebody snatches you by your feet and smacks you on your behind. That's trauma. Okay? Because that baby should be born in water, but that's a whole nother conversation. Back to your question, you gotta look at the child, the foundation they're standing on, the age that they are, and what it is that they're attempting to do. And don't use your filter to deny them. Most parents let their filter determine their children's future, and it takes them on. You know, if I could go back and do it all over again, I would have let him go play football. Because he spent his whole, from 15 to 14 to 18, his high school years, he was miserable. My son failed lunch.
But that's
He
hard.
failed lunch.
That is hard
But
to
he
do.
didn't want to be there. He wasn't doing what he wanted to do. Well, I know that now. I didn't know it then.
But that's all about evolution too. And I think, any parent or any situation, for the people who do not have children, there are certain triggers in life that you just have to understand and obey that this is a lesson for what it's worth.